Warning, this clip contains spoilers of content from the movie. If you want to see the film, you can skip this clip. Viewers over 18 years old should, and children, women who are pregnant, or elderly with heart conditions need medical advice. For those alone, hug a pillow, and for those with partners, hold loved ones. I hope everyone enjoys. Thank you. The story opens at a remote horse ranch where OJ and his father live. Their horse business is facing financial troubles because lately they haven't had many jobs for their horses to perform in movies. They even had to resort to selling horses to make ends meet. One day, while OJ and his father start hearing a tapping sound from the sky, something unexpected happens. Suddenly, OJ's phone starts acting up and it seems like something is falling from the sky, like a rain of objects. Luckily, it doesn't hit OJ, but it falls on his father, causing serious injuries. OJ quickly drives his father to the hospital, but it's too late as something has struck his father's eye hard when he looked up at the sky, embedding itself deep into his brain. The X-ray results show that it was a single silver coin. OJ is upset, but the only theory about what happened is that those objects fell from a plane. While investigating, OJ also finds a key that had fallen and stuck into the ground near the horse barn. However, after that day, OJ still doesn't fully believe that those objects came from a plane, but he knows he has to move on and keep working to make a living. It turned out to be a single silver coin. OJ was upset, but there was only one theory about what happened. Those objects fell from a plane. While OJ was investigating, he found a key stuck in the ground near the horse barn. He was taken care of, but after that day, OJ still didn't believe that those objects came from a plane. He had to move on and work. A film company contacted him, but since OJ wasn't very good at speaking and was shy, he didn't have much energy and spoke softly. Luckily, his sister Amon, who had been away for a while, came back to help her brother, making the job go smoothly. OJ still doesn't believe that those objects fell out of the plane, but he has to move on and continue working. A film company contacted them to have their horse perform, but OJ spoke too softly. His sister Amon returned to help. Afterward, the manager told Amon that the job wasn't for OJ. Later, the siblings visited a cowboy-themed park owned by Juk. OJ had sold over 10 horses to Juk, and if things continued, he might sell the rest, which Amon opposed. The manager said the job wasn't for OJ. His father was good at it, but OJ didn't like it. The director knew OJ struggled with his father's death. They visited Juk's cowboy park. OJ sold horses to Juk to survive, which Amon opposed. That evening, a horse ran away. OJ chased it, saw park lights flicker, heard sounds, and lights dimmed to his house where Amon danced. The siblings visited a cowboy-themed park owned by Juk. OJ had sold over 10 horses to Juk to make ends meet, fearing he might have to sell the rest. That evening, a horse OJ cared for ran away. As OJ chased it, he saw the park's lights flicker. OJ saw something move in the clouds, and the lights returned, surprising him. Checking the cameras, he found they missed capturing anything as the lights went out when he saw something large and fast. That evening, something strange happened when a horse ran away. Chasing it, OJ noticed the lights at Juk's amusement park flicker and heard strange sounds. The lights dimmed, reaching his house, where Amon was dancing. He saw something moving through the clouds, and the lights returned, surprising him. Checking the surveillance cameras, they captured nothing as the camera lights went out. When he saw something floating, it was big, too fast to see, and too quiet to be an airplane. They thought it might be a UFO. With their father's recent loss, he felt those objects might have fallen from a plane. If they could photograph a UFO and sell it, they could make a fortune. But at that moment, OJ noticed something moving quickly through the clouds, and after a while, the lights came back on, which surprised him a lot. He went to check the surveillance cameras, but unfortunately, they didn't capture anything because the camera lights had gone out just when OJ saw something floating by. OJ told Amon that what he saw was really big, but he didn't know what it looked like. It was so fast. It was too far to see and too quiet to be an airplane. And the only thing OJ and his sister could think of was UFOs. Plus, with the recent loss of their father, OJ still believed that those objects might have fallen from a plane. With the idea that those things could be UFOs or aliens, Amon came up with a money-making idea. If they could take a picture of a UFO and sell it, they could make a fortune. The next day, the two siblings went to an electronics store and met a sales associate named Angeline. She noticed that they were buying CCTV cameras to install around their house. Amon told Angeline that the power at their home had been going out frequently lately. Angeline reassured them that the cameras they were buying had a backup power system, so they didn't have to worry about them shutting off during a blackout. But OJ chimed in, saying it wasn't just the power going out, even their phone batteries and car batteries were dying. OJ's words made Angeline curious about what he was talking about, but in the end, they hired her to install the cameras at their house. But it made Angeline even more curious when, during the camera installation, OJ instructed her to angle all the cameras up toward the sky, leading Angeline to think that the two siblings wanted to capture a UFO. After installing the cameras, Amon didn't tell Angeline anything, which made Angeline even more curious. She started secretly watching the siblings' cameras online. Late that night, while OJ was out searching for the horse that escaped from the farm, he came across a cloud with a heavy fake horse figure floating up with colorful streamers attached to it. Meanwhile, Angel, who was secretly watching the cameras of the two siblings, noticed the A camera had bugs blocking the view, and the B camera, close to OJ, had also gone dark. As for Amoral, he thought the siblings must be facing aliens, which is why they were trying to keep the cameras rolling. Amoral then told Angel the alien spaceship was in the cloud, and OJ could see the cloud that had just swallowed the fake horse figure with the colorful streamers before a strange loud noise erupted. Realizing things were getting serious, Amoral shouted for OJ to run away. OJ then ran to hide at the police station and noticed the alien spaceship quickly emerging from that cloud, but it was completely silent. Amoral thought the two siblings must be facing aliens, which is why they were trying to keep the cameras rolling like that. Amoral then told Angel the alien spaceship was in the cloud, and OJ could see the cloud that had just swallowed the fake horse figure with the colorful streamers before a strange loud noise erupted. Realizing things were getting serious, Amoral shouted for OJ to run away. OJ saw the silent alien spaceship. Power went out, phone died, cutting communication. Amoral cleared bugs blocking camera view. Spaceship abducted OJ's horse. Suddenly, the lights went out and the phone battery died, cutting off Angel and Amoral's communication. Emerald tried to clear bugs blocking the A camera's view of the alien spaceship. The spaceship swooped down, abducting OJ's horse. The bugs still blocked the camera, missing the spaceship's image. Emerald contacted Anla, a famous photographer known for capturing impossible shots. The siblings had to. The bugs wouldn't leave. Then the alien spaceship swooped down and abducted the horse. After it left, the bugs flew away. Emerald contacted Anla, a photographer known for impossible shots. They needed his skills to capture the spaceship, but Emerald's approach seemed unbelievable, and Anla hung up. The pesky bugs blocking the A camera remained, preventing them. But after the alien spaceship left, the bugs left the A camera. After that incident, Emerald contacted Anla, a famous photographer. He was featured in a magazine, claiming he made impossible shots, so the two siblings relied on him to capture the image of the alien spaceship. However, since Emerald lacked charm to talk to Anla, she sounded unbelievable, and Anla hung up. But there was Angel, a witness, who believed in aliens and visited them. The three of them then reviewed CCTV footage, and they noticed that among the clouds in the sky, there was one cloud that was stationary. Emerald tried to capture an image of the alien spaceship, but lacking the charm to speak to someone like Anla, she sounded unbelievable, leading Anla to hang up. However, Angel, a witness who believed in aliens, drove to the siblings' house. They checked the CCTV footage and noticed a stationary cloud among the moving ones, but it wasn't enough to prove the spaceship's existence. But it was only Angel, one of the witnesses, who believed that aliens were real and drove over to the siblings' house. The three of them then checked the CCTV footage that had recorded the video and noticed that among the clouds passing through the sky, there was one cloud that was stationary and not moving at all. But that still wasn't enough to convince anyone that what they encountered was an alien spaceship. The footage also reveals a past event when Duke, the amusement park owner, was a child star and encountered a monkey that was used in a performance, but suddenly it went crazy and attacked the people who were filming. But that monkey didn't harm Juk. Instead, it showed a friendly demeanor towards him. Those memories made Juk feel special, as if even the wildest creatures or aliens would trust him and not hurt him. 6 months ago, every Friday at 6 p.m, Juk and his family encountered the alien spaceship in the sky that OJ and Amoro had just seen. They watched it swoop down and abduct horses multiple times, and those horses were ones he had bought from OJ. With his childhood belief that he was special, he thought that whether it was a wild animal or an alien, they would trust him and not harm him, until he experienced the alien spaceship during a show where he had a friend, Mary, a fellow child star, who was also present during the monkey incident, and she was attacked, leaving her face scarred. He saw it swoop down and abduct horses, and those horses were his. He thought that it would trust him. He believed until encountering the alien spaceship, where he had a friend, Mary, also there during the monkey incident. Mary supported him until a dramatic incident. As Juk tried releasing horses to show off, the horses wouldn't run out of their pen, as if knowing an alien waited outside. This time, the spaceship appeared differently. It emerged as a shadow behind the clouds faster than expected, and suddenly, the shadow of the alien spaceship vanished. Chom is sitting there, offering support and encouragement. And soon after, a dramatic incident occurred, when Juk was trying to release the horses for the alien to show off, but the horses wouldn't run out of their pen, as if they knew there was an alien waiting for them outside. This time, the alien spaceship appeared differently than the last time Juk encountered it. It emerged as a shadow behind the clouds faster than he expected, and suddenly the shadow of the alien spaceship vanished, and soon after, the power at the amusement park where Juk was performing went out, followed by a strange sound echoing across the sky. A massive alien spaceship appeared, ready to swoop down. Juk thought that the aliens trusted him, and they could dance together like in a music video. Hello! And it probably won't hurt him like the monkey groaning. He will be able to stand and watch the alien Earthplate ceremony without fear, even though it's Mama Noodles. But in the end, he will be sucked up and hit by the force like other spectators in that area. Not long after, OT, who came to the amusement park to see Juk's show for the first time, arrived only to find the park deserted, with things scattered everywhere. This made OJ start to feel uneasy. When he walked to the area where Juk was supposed to perform, he only found the main attraction that he had sold to Juk, still standing in its cage, not going anywhere. The surroundings looked like they had just been hit by an alien moon landing. Seeing that things didn't look good, Moji tried to call the main attraction out from the performance area, but at that moment, the power in the amusement park went out again, and an alien spaceship appeared in the sky, swooping down to abduct OJ. The area resembled an alien moon landing. Moji tried to call the main attraction out. Then, the power in the amusement park went out again, and an alien spaceship appeared in the sky, swooping down to abduct OJ. Luckily, OJ was under the main attraction, so he wasn't sucked up. Then, the electricity in the herb garden suddenly went out again, and an alien flying saucer appeared in the sky, trying to abduct OJ. But OJ was lucky that he was sitting under the main attraction. He didn't get sucked up. Amrock and Angel. That evening, an alien spaceship hovered over their house, causing OJ's father's death. In OT's car, nearing the spaceship, his car stalled. He saw the spaceship above his house. Later, it dropped a fake horse in front of his car. OJ stayed in the car until morning, but aliens appeared. As OT drove home, his car stalled. He saw the saucer above his house. The ship dropped a fake horse in front of his car. OJ stayed in the car until morning, trying to switch vehicles. Aliens appeared as they were leaving. OJ remembered not to stare at. The alien spaceship approached OJ and dropped a fake horse before his car. OJ waited until morning to switch vehicles and pick up Amrock and Angel to escape, but aliens appeared as they tried to leave. OJ recalled the show horse. If he didn't stare, it wouldn't see him as a target. He looked down, and the ship passed without abducting him. They then took refuge in Angel's room. Meanwhile, Juk's show attendees were abducted, and their story hit the news. But at that moment, he remembered the horse he had used in the show. If he didn't stare at it, it wouldn't get scared or see him as a target. So, he decided to stop looking at the alien spaceship and look down at the ground instead, which seemed to work because the alien ship floated past OJ, without abducting him. Then the three of them took refuge in Angel's room, while the group of people who went to see Juk's show had been abducted by the alien spaceship, and their story made it to the news on TV. This made famous photographer Andler think about the phone call Amarok had given him. The next day, Andler decided to visit the siblings and asked how they could get the alien spaceship appear. OJ told him they didn't need to do anything. It wouldn't be long before aliens got hungry and hunted, like predators. Then they just needed to find bait to lure them. They all discussed how the alien spaceship avoided abducting anything over a certain size, as they couldn't digest it and it got stuck. They planned to lure the spaceship. OJ volunteered to ride a horse to draw it to Andler, who'd use a non-electric camera to capture it. They would set inflatable dummies to signal when they stopped, happening only when a spaceship came close, as power would go out. They often got stuck on the Devil's flying saucer. They planned to lure the alien spaceship with OJ riding a horse to draw it closer to Andler, who would use a non-electric camera to capture it. Inflatable dummies would signal when the spaceship was near, as power would go out. The next day, they started their plan. A reporter from a famous news agency arrived on a motorcycle to follow up on the missing people from Juk's amusement park. Andler and Angel were recording a video. Despite Amrock's attempts to stop him, the reporter rode into the area. Ironically, his motorcycle stalled and flipped when the spaceship approached. OJ tried to help, but it was too late. Once they were all set, the next day, they started their plan to lure the alien spaceship out. However, at that moment, a man rode in on a motorcycle. This man was a reporter from a famous news agency who had come to follow up on the story of the group of people who had gone missing from Juk's amusement park earlier. Meanwhile, Andler and Angel were busy recording a video. Even though Amrock tried to stop the reporter, he wouldn't listen and rode his motorcycle right into the area where they were trying to lure the alien spaceship. It was quite ironic for the reporter, who refused to heed their warnings, to end up facing the consequences when the alien ship got close. The reporter's motorcycle, which he was riding at high speed, stalled and flipped over. Even though OJ tried to help the reporter, it was too late, because at that moment, OJ was struggling to hold the reporter up. The project's reflection on the reporter's helmet attracted the alien and made it fly down close to them. At that moment, OJ couldn't do anything, so he had to escape and let the reporter get abducted by the aliens. Unfortunately, it was a shame that the camera didn't capture the moment, because it was in the middle of changing the film roll. Then OJ started delivering food from the back, designed to look like eyes, to distract the alien moon. The project had the horse moving in the direction that Anne was filming. But just as the alien spaceship got closer to OJ, he released the colorful flags he had prepared, trailing them behind the horse. This made the alien spaceship refuse to suck in the flags, and instead, it saw the direction before floating away into the sky. In that whole situation, the one who was chosen by the alien suddenly spoke up strangely, saying that we don't deserve to see the impossible. Then he picked up the camera and the film roll that had captured the alien spaceship on the hill, and started filming again, which made the alien spaceship appear, and immediately suck Anne up into it. Still, Anne barely escaped an alien spaceship. Angel used barbed wire to injure it, forcing it to release her. Emerald, run out of the house, nearly sucked in, but flung away in time. Nearby, a cartoon-like figure gazing skyward. Drawing the spaceship back, Angel tied herself with barbed wire. The spaceship got caught, wounded, and released Angel. It transformed into a larger, intimidating shape, like animals that puff up to scare enemies. OJ saw the alien transform and told Emerald to grab the motorcycle and escape. But it was too close to start, until it had to sell the barbed wire and Angel came out. Before it started the process of defending itself, it transformed from one form into a larger, more intimidating shape, resembling animals or insects that puff up to scare off their enemies. OJ saw that the alien had transformed into a terrifying creature, so he told Emerald to quickly grab the journalist's motorcycle and escape, but since the motorcycle was still too close to the alien, they couldn't get it started. OJ distracted the alien, allowing Emerald to escape. Emerald was sad for OJ, unsure of his fate. She had to seize this chance. Emerald drove into the park, released a balloon, and the aliens charged. She used the camera to capture the alien. But deep down, Emerald felt sad that her brother had to lure the alien away for her, and she had no idea what would happen to OJ. Still, she knew she had to make this opportunity count. Once she thought that, Emerald drove the motorcycle into the amusement park and released a giant balloon into the sky. As soon as the aliens spotted it, they charged in and devoured the giant balloon immediately. At that moment, Emerald used the camera in the amusement park, which required manual film winding, and finally managed to capture a photo of the alien successfully. Before the alien devoured the giant balloon, it burst and died from the gas inside the balloon, which made Emerald very happy. In the end, only Emerald and Angel survived. In the final moments, OJ's spirit appeared not far from Emerald, reminding her that even though he was gone, he would always watch over her, and that's how the movie came to a close. In the final moments, OJ's spirit appeared not far from Emerald, reminding her to always remember that, even though he had passed away, he would always watch over her. And the movie has come to an end.